What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about one of those really mystifying concepts in the game of golf, and that is lag. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, Scott Hogan coming at you. We're outside, we're enjoying the beautiful weather here as we're approaching October at Inwood Golf Course. We're gonna be on the range today talking about how are you getting lag in your golf swing. And that's one of those things that when people come to the tee, I'd say it's the kind of the buzzword that I hear the most when people start talking about their swing, and I'm asking them, hey, what are you working on, things like that, or what would you like to see? And that word lag comes up so much, and it's something that's thrown around in the golf instruction world and just the golf television world, that I think it's very important to understand what's going on with it so you can actually achieve it and achieve it in the right way, that it doesn't actually harm your game. So we're going to talk about it. Before we do that, make sure you check out down below. We have our winter practice course coming up. So if you want to join it now, we are doing some things outside on the course before we get to that. But if you're looking to actually build skills this winter and see your winter payoff next spring, this is going to be the course for you, especially if you have some new toys that you invested in. You want to get the most out of that. Make sure you check it out today. All right, so we're going to talk about lag, and this question's come up a couple of times, especially since the Ryder Cup, because, you know, at the Ryder Cup, one of the main players is going to be Sergio Garcia, right? And he always plays good for Europe, and he's a stalwart for them. So his swing gets broadcast a lot, and what people see in his golf swing is he has some of the most, we would call it, it's actually called a down cock or lag, right? And what that is when he gets up here at the top of his swing really down cocks and his wrists are cocking and that club is lagging as he goes through. Now, it's a very exotic golf swing. It's one that I actually wouldn't recommend for a lot of people to try to get that much lag. I don't think there's a lot of players that actually would want to be able to do that. But let's talk a little bit about how players are achieving this lag position by understanding what type of forces they are putting on the grip to make these things happen. So that's going to be the key. Most of the golf swing is invisible. My mentor, Mike Malaska, always told me that what you see is a result of things that you cannot see. So you have to think about what you're not able to see and what types of forces you're putting on the club that are going to make you get the looks that you want. So the first one here for lag is we have to think about the golf club. And a golf club is really just it's basically a seesaw, right? So if I push down on the grip on this end of the club head goes up. Vice versa, if I push up or if I push down on this end, the other end's basically going to do the opposite, okay? So I think a lot of people, when they're going to work on their games, they are trying to move the club in a way where, all right, I'm gonna move my hands based on what I see the club head doing. And so in this instance of getting lag, what you are going to get, what I see people do is at the top of their swing, they think lag. So what they think of is move their hands forward, okay? So they start pulling forward, trying to lag the club. Now the issue is, when you're looking at a golf club, here's my club, okay? I'm gonna be pulling the grip this way, okay? What's that do to the club head? Well, it starts to tip out, okay? Now, it also gets the face open. That's another issue in all of this, but it starts to tip it out. So if I'm going to pull my hands forward, I'm actually starting on the casting motion already. So what I want to do is, if my goal is to get the club to lag more and be behind, what I actually have to do is push the grip away from me and then lower it. And I do that by lowering my arms as I start down in my golf swing. And if I'm able to do that, okay, let's say I get up here, I push away and I start to lower, now we're gonna start to get some down cock in that golf swing or lag, right? We're starting to see that happen. Again, I see a lot of people get up here at the swing and they start pulling in, they're pulling, they're trying to lead. Well, then the club starts doing this. Now you're in an issue where you're actually creating the position you don't want, even though you think you're doing it. So it's very important to think about what forces go into the club that make the club head and the club do what you want it to do. Again, what you see isn't actually what we're doing. The golf swing is mostly invisible. You're trying to figure out what those invisible things are that make the golf club, what we see, happen. So that's what we want to do. We can start by doing that, and that's going to help you start increasing your lag into the golf ball. I also see people pick up speed, and I just see people hit the ball better when they do this, as opposed to trying to pull those hands forward towards the target, which then creates us a lot of issues in our golf swing. So try that out, see how it helps you, see what happens to your numbers, and see how well you hit it.